Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to react to another Robert Kennedy Jr. video, and like usual, we'll react to it, and then we'll talk about it.
Couple of speeches we could watch last night. One was the rebuttal speech with Senator Katie Britt, uh, and the other was RFK Jr. And you know, they were very different speeches. And RFK Jr., of course, really hit the positive that you're talking about. I want everybody to just see a little bit of that.
We become a nation of chronic illness, of violence, of loneliness, depression, and division, and poverty. Our great cities are becoming tent encampments, modern-day Hooverville, filled with undocumented immigrants and dispossessed Americans. People in their cars. 80% of Americans say they don't want to be forced to choose in this election between the lesser of two evils. They're tired of voting against something or someone.
He said they want to vote for something, and they want somebody to tell them it's going to get better. Veteran political journalists have earned.
Okay, so let's just stop it there. I don't really care what Fox journalists have to say, but I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit of that video and just kind of show you what he really wants with his what he's trying to do with his message. He's trying to show the average American that he cares about the cities, that he cares about the middle class, that he wants people to be able to own homes and not be homelessness. He wants people to have good paying jobs with strong unions. He doesn't want BlackRock and State Street and Vanguard to buy up all the residential neighborhoods so that the middle class can't ever own a house. Now, the way prices are going, you're not going to ever own a house anyway. But if this guy comes in there, starts changing around some tax codes, gets some building permits for small, reasonable starter homes, not building mansions or high rise condos that are really fancy, starting at $400,000 or $500,000, like we're doing here in Canada. He's saying he cares about the middle class. Did you guys see Biden's State of the Union? Now that was just a very small part of Robert Kennedy's State of the Union, but watch the whole video. It's good. It really shows that he's a candidate who actually cares about us. I know we all have issues with the Israel thing, but on everything else, he's what we need. Biden's State of the Union, he started off by warmongering, talking about Ukraine and how, oh, if you think Putin's going to stop at Ukraine, you got to better think again, or whatever the hell he said. He's such a warmongering puppet, and it drives me nuts. And then, of course, the whole other part of the speech was just him being divisive and blaming Republicans for everything. When Republicans have a president do this, they do the State of the Union, they blame the Democrats. It's just the same shit, and so many people are tired of it. That's why you saw in the primaries there was a lot of Democrats who voted as uncommitted. They were making a statement like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to vote for you. I might go to Trump. I might go to Robert F. Kennedy. That's bad news for Biden. Bad news for the Democrats. Good news for everyone else. So the reason I wanted to make this video is because I wanted, just even though he only spoke there for, they showed a little bit of his video, that should intrigue you. It's like, oh, hey, he's not a Democrat. He's not a Republican. He's a great third option, something that we've been clamming for a very, very long time. Don't let the mainstream media fool you. He's not a lunatic. He's not a charlatan, like Anthony Weiner said. Like, him of all people has no right to criticize anybody. Don't believe what they say. It's not true. The problem is the people who are listening to this are people 55 years or older. In every other demographic, in the polls that we've seen where Robert Kennedy has actually been included in the polls, if you took out voters who are 55 years old or older, Robert Kennedy wins. It's the boomers, the old class, the old guard, if you will. They're the ones who are going to keep us from Robert Kennedy. They're going to pick Trump or Biden or whoever I don't think it's going to be Biden. I've said that many times. Whoever the Democrats pick, they're going to pick them or Donald Trump. It's young people who like him. People my age like him. People in their 40s, early 50s like him. It's the boomers who don't like him. Go figure. The most indoctrinated, worst generation ever. Say what you want about Gen Zs and even my generation. Go through the history and look what you guys have allowed to happen as adults. You have no right to complain about any other generation. And if anyone wants to challenge, well, why do you say that? That's a whole nother video. I'd be happy to break that down for you. But going back to Robert Kennedy Jr., he is a populist. He is a traditional liberal. He's now an independent. He's said many times he wants to expose the corporations, big pharma, big tech. He's not going to let companies spray chemicals on our food like Monticello got caught doing, which he sued the shit out of and won. He's a great environmental lawyer. If you're concerned about the environment, there's a perfect reason to vote for him. So many things that he can change or at least help change. And he can do a lot of this with an executive order. Decriminalize marijuana, done. Stroke of a pen, it's done. So just do yourself, do me, because I get really frustrated when people slander this guy, but do yourselves a favor if you're American and vote for this man. Say what you want about Trump. Okay, there's things I like about Trump. There's almost nothing I like about Biden, but there's a lot I don't like about Trump. There's only one thing I don't like about Robert Kennedy. And apparently, as I said before, he's coming out with a podcast where he's going to be talking about his peaceful ideas for the Middle East. And then hopefully he can kind of, put together a plan, because we can't go to war with the Middle East. That could cause World War III. We start bombing Iran, we can't do that. So, in my opinion, he's not gonna allow that to happen, even though his message is a bit concerning, and I definitely understand that. But he's better than Trump and Biden on everything else. Everything else. If you really want America to change, you're going to have to be courageous and step up and say, you know what, I'm going to break away from the two-party system, and I'm going to vote for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. because he should be the president. No question about it. There's no better candidate, and there hasn't been since his dad. So do yourselves, do me, and do America a favor and vote for Robert Kennedy Jr.